How are we doing, Staten Island? Welcome to another edition of Together Aside Business Spotlight, a chat with someone from the small business community on Staten Island. And today our conversation brings us to Jessica Phillips. Jessica is the Executive Director and CEO of Historic Richmond Town. Jessica, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing just fine, thanks. I know a lot of people probably know Historic Richmond Town, but Jessica, just enlighten those who might not know or give us a little bit more detail about Historic Richmond Town.
All right. So Historic Richmond Town is in the middle of Staten Island. It is about 100 acres of parkland, about 40 structures. We host big festivals every year, including the Richmond County Fair. We do historical interpretation to tell the history of Staten Island and Staten Islanders.
Jessica, talk about the past few months being in quarantine and what that meant for Historic Richmond Town and your colleagues, your staff over there. What's been going on over there?
So we were able to get out within the first few days of New York on Pause, a robust online programming series in order to allow the community and even people now across the nation to access the mission of Historic Richmond Town. So we have videos of people doing historical interpreting. We have these creepy tours of our attics. We have staff library videos. We have insides of the collection, and these are all brand new online programming. The staff is all working remotely, and it's been a really interesting exploration into digital literacy for everybody at Historic Richmond Town. We're a bunch of like nerdy historians, so we're like, candlelight, wait, computers? So it's been an adventure.
How are you guys going to adjust for the rest of the summer? What are your plans, and what could we expect from Historic Richmond Town in order to deal with being in quarantine and not being able to be open?
So we're really excited. We're looking forward to opening up our Tavern Terrace Beer Garden. We can manage a certain number of people at that site. It's all outdoors, so it's a lot more COVID safe. And we would be looking forward to doing guided tours of the sites and not doing necessarily inside the buildings right away. We're going to move into reopening slowly to make sure that we can ensure the safety of the staff and our visitors. I mean, we love our community. We want to make sure that we take care of everybody, but we also want to keep Historic Richmond Town open. And we've been open since people have been able to walk the grounds and everything. And Egger's Ice Cream at Historic Richmond Town is now open.
Which is amazing news. When it came out that Eggers opened up, I was so happy to have some Eggers the other day. It was so good. So nice to have that type of normality back in our lives, right? Last thing, Jessica, how about a silver lining? I know the Richmond County Fair obviously canceled for this coming September for Labor Day weekend. Still working on plans for that. What's a silver lining of all this, Jessica, out of all this, a positive takeaway, if you will?
It has taught Historic Richmond Town that even though we talk about history, we don't have to live in the past, that we can have online programming in creative ways, and we can use Apple Pay now and all kinds of clever things that most small businesses have been doing for a while. So that's been the silver lining for us, and it's been really an adventure.
And you adjusting to challenges and doing those digital offerings and whatnot, and that's been great. Of course, again, Eggers being open. But of course, you can go to the grounds, is what Jessica's message is. Jessica Phillips joining us, Executive Director and CEO of Historic Richmond Town. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you for having me, and come visit.
All right. Thanks so much to Jessica for being on with us today. We really appreciate it. That's another edition of Together Aside Business Spotlight. Looking forward to seeing you next time reporting for Staten Island Advance. My name is Tabavona. Looking forward to seeing you again.